Quote, retreat by Sandor. One quote, one reflection, one thought that could bring a moment of light and energy to your day. Join me as we take a look at today's quote. The quote is by Aldous Huxley, born 1894, died 1963. It reads, "There is only one corner of the universe you can be certain of improving, and that's your own self." Let's take a moment together to explore the messages within this quote. Here's something that might surprise you. While most people know Aldous Huxley for predicting our technology-obsessed future in Brave New World, he actually spent years experimenting with psychedelics and consciousness expansion in a rigorous scientific way. That's quite a twist for one of the 20th century's most respected intellectuals, isn't it?
That's such a fascinating contrast. How did someone who warned about technological control become so interested in expanding human consciousness?
Well, it really starts with his background. Born in 1894 into this incredibly intellectual British family, his grandfather was Thomas Henry Huxley, Darwin's famous defender. He developed this unique approach that combined scientific rigor with spiritual exploration.
The way he bridged those seemingly opposite worlds must have raised quite a few eyebrows in the 1950s and 60s.
Oh, absolutely. And here's what's really interesting. His experiments with mescaline weren't just some counterculture rebellion. He approached these experiences with the same analytical mindset he brought to his literary work. He was essentially doing consciousness research decades before it became mainstream.
You know what I find particularly intriguing about that? How his personal evolution mirrors some of the themes in Brave New World, but in reverse.
That's a really good point. In Brave New World, he warned about using drugs like soma for social control. But then he discovered how certain substances could actually expand consciousness and promote individual growth. It's like he found the opposite side of that coin.
That really speaks to his intellectual honesty, doesn't it? He was willing to revise his views based on new experiences and evidence.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating is how prescient his warnings about technology and society turned out to be. He predicted our modern attention economy way back in the 1930s. The way he described people being constantly distracted by pleasure and entertainment, it's like he had a window into our social media age.
Well, that's what makes his message about self-improvement so powerful today. In a world that feels increasingly like his dystopian vision, his emphasis on personal growth becomes even more relevant.
There's this quote from his later writings where he talks about how technology was creating what he called a pleasure economy. This system where people are kept docile through entertainment and comfort rather than force. Sound familiar?
That's eerily accurate. How did he develop such insight into where society was heading?
Well, I think it came from his unique combination of scientific thinking and spiritual seeking. He understood both human nature and technological progress in a way few others did. And here's something interesting. By the end of his life, he was actually quite optimistic about human potential, despite his earlier warnings.
The way he maintained that balance between criticism and hope really sets him apart from other dystopian writers, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And you know what's particularly relevant today? His insights about how consciousness itself could be influenced by external forces. He saw how media and technology could shape our thoughts and perceptions long before we had terms like digital manipulation.
That makes his message about improving ourselves even more crucial. It's like a handbook for maintaining our humanity in an increasingly technological world.
Right? And here's what I think is the key insight. Huxley understood that personal transformation isn't separate from social change. By working on ourselves, that one corner of the universe we can improve, we're actually contributing to the larger picture.
So in a way, his personal journey from social critic to consciousness explorer actually reinforces his original message about individual agency.
Exactly. And looking at current discussions about AI, social media addiction, and mental health, it's remarkable how many of these themes Huxley anticipated. He really understood the double-edged nature of progress.
That's what makes his legacy so enduring. This combination of warning and wisdom that seems to become more relevant with each passing year.
And perhaps that's the most important lesson we can take from Huxley's life and work, that even in the face of massive societal challenges, the work of personal transformation remains not just possible, but essential. It's about maintaining our humanity while navigating an increasingly complex world.
Well, that brings us full circle to where we started. That one corner of the universe we can actually improve.
With that, we conclude this exciting episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Your support truly helps this channel grow. See you again tomorrow. Yours, Sandor.